When you read the Bible, you're looking at 66 different books written over thousands of years. Without a unifying thread, these pages often feel like a collection of disconnected ancient stories. This fragmentation makes the text difficult to navigate. We often find ourselves staring at the gaps, trying to memorize isolated ethics or rules from a history that feels entirely separate from our own. But there is a specific perspective that aligns these fragments. It reveals that every law, prophecy, and poem is part of one unified heartbeat. Jesus began his public work by announcing that the long-awaited revolution of God's rule had finally arrived. He didn't start with a lecture on morality, he announced a change in government. This perspective reveals a single story of restoration, the account of a king on a mission to reclaim a broken world and return it to his perfect rule. To understand this mission, we trace the kingdom's history through 8 stages, starting from the beginning. In stage 1, the pattern, we see God's original design, a perfect world ruled with love and presence. Next is the perished. Humanity rebelled against that rule, shattering the design and introducing brokenness. In stage 3, the promised, God responds by picking Abraham, promising that through his descendants, the world will be restored. In the partial stage, God establishes Israel. Their laws and society were a living preview of life under God's authority. Finally, during the prophesied stage, prophets point toward a future moment when the ultimate king arrives to finish the job. These eras weren't random events. They were a meticulous, centuries-long buildup, preparing the world for the king to personally step onto the scene. That arrival occurs in stage 6, the present. The promised king finally appears to execute the rescue plan. Every miracle Jesus performed was a demonstration of the king's authority, actively reclaiming territory from the powers of sickness and death. This mission led directly to the cross. To free humanity, the king had to engage the very powers that held them captive, sin and death, and disarm them at their strongest point. The resurrection serves as the undeniable physical proof that he succeeded, emerging from death as the victor. His ascension was his official coronation. He took his seat at the right hand of God, having secured his throne through triumph. Jesus is not a future king waiting for his chance to lead. He is the reigning king with absolute authority right now. This brings us to stage 7, the proclaimed. Since the king has already won the decisive battle, his followers now travel the world announcing his victory. For us, following Jesus means changing our allegiance. We are no longer spectators of an ancient story. We are active subjects and citizens of his kingdom. We serve as his ambassadors in our daily lives. Our work, our relationships, and our choices are the ways we represent his reign to those around us. Every act of love or justice we perform is a trailer for the perfect world the king is bringing. We are moving toward the final stage, the perfected. While the kingdom has begun, we are waiting for the moment it is fully realized on earth. Our hope isn't a spiritual escape, but the total physical renewal of all creation, returning the earth to the perfection of Eden. We can trust this outcome because the same God who started this plan in the beginning has already secured the victory at the cross. From Genesis to Revelation, the Bible is one single story of a king reclaiming his world. And today, you have a vital role to play in that story.